Hello friends, welcome to our channel Knowledge Amplifier. So today in this particular video, let us try to explore a very interesting pattern with different AWS serverless services like Amazon API Gateway, Amazon EventBridge, Kinesis Firehose, etc. etc. Okay. So the problem what we are going to solve with this particular architecture is capturing client events using Amazon API Gateway and EventBridge. Maybe suppose we are working for a particular client and that client has different third-party vendors or partners. Okay, might be those third-party vendors or the partners are capturing the customer informations for the client. Now, whenever they are capturing the customer informations, the third-party vendors need to send the data in real time to our client environment, maybe our client data lake or S3 layer, right? Now, we need to build a serverless pipeline which can be used to move data from third-party vendors to our client data lake in real time. Okay, so let us try to explore one such architecture with AWS serverless services. Okay, so the architecture can be shown like this way. Suppose here our clients, third-party partners or vendors are there. Okay, they are capturing different customer informations for our client. Now they want to send the customer informations in near real time to our client data lake or S3, right? So obviously to integrate we need to use API. Basically the third-party services will make a post request, and with that post request the customer data they will be sending. Okay. Now here you can consider maybe in third party they are having some webhook system where our post endpoint will be exposed with the Amazon API Gateway. Okay, that API endpoint will be creating with API Gateway. Now from the API Gateway the data will be hitting to Amazon EventBridge or our event bus. Okay, now we will be configuring different set of rules. Based on the rules, either it will go to this Kinesis or it will go to this Kinesis. Okay. Now we can use Lambda to add new line character or to do some simple transformation, and from the Firehose based on certain volume of data accumulation or if certain amount of time is over, it will publish the data in S3 in year month date format. Okay, and from that S3 what we can do, we can run blue crawler pointing to that S3 location and we can update our blue catalog table, and that catalog table from Athena our data analyst team or data engineering team can use for querying purpose. Okay. So this is how we can implement the architecture. So the new thing what we are going to observe in this particular video is integration of EventBridge with Kinesis Firehose. Okay, we will be creating two different rules and two different Firehose, two different S3 buckets, and we will see that based on the key value pair configuration in third-party service, either the customer data will be going to this S3 bucket or this S3 bucket. Okay. So that way our complete idea will be clear in case of integration between EventBridge and Firehose. Okay. So this particular architecture I have taken from this AWS block that is capturing client events using Amazon API Gateway and EventBridge. If you want, you can explore this particular document. Okay, I'll be sharing the link in the description box. Right. So without any further delay, let us directly go to AWS Management Console and let's start building this particular architecture. Okay. So here I have written some steps. So as a step 1, what we have to do, we need to create two S3 bucket. Okay. So consider a situation like this way. Suppose our client is using different third-party vendors or partners for marketing. Okay. Some vendors are handling SMS related communication. Some vendors are handling WhatsApp communication. Now what we want to do, whenever the different third-party vendors want to send the data, the SMS consumer data will be coming to one particular S3 bucket. The WhatsApp related communication data will be coming to another S3 bucket. So that way we can set up the rule also in EventBridge level. So first let us create these two S3 buckets. So here I will open S3 and here I will create two S3 buckets for this step. Okay. Create bucket, bucket name, this one, SMS consumer, and keeping all other properties default, I will create the bucket. Then here I will create another S3 bucket. Okay. So as per this architecture, this S3 bucket and this S3 bucket are created. Now what we will do, we will configure our Lambda code. So the Lambda code is same what we discussed earlier. That is basically adding a new line character in between different JSON elements within our Kinesis Firehose before writing it in S3. As simple as that. Okay. If you want to know the detailed explanation about the Lambda code, you can check the link given in the description box. I will be sharing my previous video link where I explain this particular code. Cool. So here our S3 bucket is created. Now I will open Lambda and here I will create a Lambda code. I can give the name like this way, EventBridge Kinesis Demo YT. I will choose my runtime environment as Python 3.9 and keeping all other properties as default, I will create the function. So here I will paste the code and here I will click on deploy. Okay, let it get deployed. And one more thing we need to do, increase timeout for our Lambda code. So by default the Lambda timeout is 3 seconds. Now to add new line character and to make sure that it is not getting timeout exception, we will increase the timeout and we will provide the access to S3 and Kinesis to this Lambda role so that it will not have any issues related to access. Okay, so here I'll go to configuration section, I'll go to general configuration. See, default timeout is 3 seconds. So we will edit and increase that to maybe 4 minutes 3 seconds. And then here I will click on save. Okay, I'll go to permission section and this is the role. To this role we will grant the S3 access and Kinesis Firehose access also will be adding to make sure it is not having any access issues. Add permission, attach policy, S3, Amazon S3 full access, Amazon Kinesis full access. Okay, cool. And then here what we will do, we will attach the policy to the Lambda. Perfect. So our Lambda code is ready. Now in step 3 what we will do, we will create two different Kinesis Firehose. So if you see that based on rule, the SMS related data, whatever our third party vendors are consuming related to our customers for the client, that will be coming to one particular Firehose, and WhatsApp related communication will go to another Firehose, right? So here what we need to do, we need to create two different Firehose. So we will create that. So here the two Firehose name is SMS host and WhatsApp host. So I will copy the SMS host and then what I will do, maybe I can close this particular window and here I can open Kinesis in a new window. And then here I can click on Kinesis data Firehose, create delivery stream, and sources. If you see here this architecture, we are not dumping the data from Kinesis data stream, but rather it is coming from EventBridge, right? So we cannot choose this first option, which is basically saying that the source is Kinesis data stream. We need to choose the second option, which is direct put. Okay, and the destination is our S3. Cool. Now here the delivery stream name, I can give the first stream name as SMS host. Okay, and then here enable data transformation. Yes, we want to add new line character with the Lambda code, so we'll browse. And here this is our only Lambda function which is available, we can choose that. And then here if you see buffer size, buffer interval, we can configure later. S3 bucket, so this we are configuring for SMS, so I can choose SMS consumer S3 bucket what we created in step 1. I will choose that one. And then here dynamic partitioning not needed. If you want you can do that, but if we are not enabling that, then by default year, month, date and then hours. That way the partitioning will be there in our S3 bucket. Right, now here we need to configure with what buffer volume or with what time interval the Kinesis Firehose should dump the data in S3. So maybe buffer size we can consider that if 2 MB of data is accumulated or if 60 seconds is over, whatever happens first, based on that from Firehose to our S3 the data will be dumped. Okay, when the data will be written in S3, I don't want to apply any compression, so I am keeping not enabled. Right, encryption for data not enabled. If you want you can keep that, and then here we can create the delivery stream. Okay, perfect. Now we will create another delivery stream which will have the name WhatsApp host. So we will create that. So here our first Kinesis Firehose is getting created. Till then we will create the second one also quickly. Direct put, and then here Amazon S3. And then here I will give the name as WhatsApp host, enable data transformation. I will browse the Lambda code which will add new line character or do the transformation, and then here I will keep the properties as it is. Now I will choose my WhatsApp consumer S3 bucket for this particular Kinesis Firehose. Okay, and then here I will go to this setting. If 2 MB of data is accumulated or if 60 seconds is over, it should flash the data to our S3 bucket. Okay, and keeping all other properties unchanged, we will create this delivery stream for WhatsApp related data capture. Okay, cool. So here it is going to take some time to spin up both the Firehose. Till then, what we will do, we will proceed with the step 4. So in step 4, what we need to do, we need to create a event bus for our experiment, right? So here if you see, whenever the third party will call the API to put the data, then it will come to EventBridge first. Okay, here we will be having our event bus, and that will basically consider the rules, and based on rules, it will route the data in between these two firehose. Okay, so we need to create a event bus. So here what I will do, I will go to AWS Management Console, and here I will open Amazon EventBridge in a new tab, and let's create event bus. So I will click on event bus. So here if you see, already by default there is one event bus is created in our account, but we don't want to use that. We will create our new event bus. Okay, so I will click on that, and the name I can give some name I have given, and then here I will create this event bus. Okay, now what we need to do, we need to make sure that we are creating different rules for this event bus for proper routing to different Kinesis files. Okay, so here this is our event bus created. Now I can go to rules, and then here I can choose for which event bus I want to create the rule, and then here I can click on create rule. Okay, rule name, so here SMS router. Okay, so this will basically route the data for SMS to the proper Kinesis Firehose what we created for SMS. Okay, that is basically this one. If you see here, SMS host, to SMS host the data will be routed. So let's configure the rule that way. So here rule with an event pattern will be keeping. If you want, you can keep description. I'm not keeping. Then I'll go to next. Okay, so here event source I can keep default only. There is AWS events sent from AWS service. So like in our case, the events in EventBridge should be sent from API gateway, right? So the default option is fine. Sample events no need to keep, it is optional. And the creation method. Okay, now here what we need to do, we need to configure our rule. So we need to create the rule by our own. So here we will choose custom pattern, and in the pattern what we will configure, that here I have already written, we are expecting that in the post request, whatever third party vendors are requesting with post method, they will be sending a detail key within which channel type key will be available, and if the channel type is SMS, then the data should be moved to SMS host Firehose. Okay, so I will copy this particular rule, and then here I will paste this. Okay, detail channel type SMS. So already I discussed several times how to configure EventBridge rule. If you want to explore in detail, you can check the description link. I'll be sharing the prerequisite links in the description box. Okay, so this will make sure that within the detail key we should have the channel type as SMS. In the rule configuration will be satisfied, and the data will be moved to the target whatever we are going to configure. Okay, so here what we will do, we will scroll below, I will click on next, and then here we need to select the target. So our target is Firehose, so we will search for Firehose. Here we can select Firehose delivery stream, and the stream name should be SMS source. Okay, so this rule will route the data for SMS. And how we can understand which is data related to SMS, that we are expecting that the third party vendor or partner of our client will send this particular key value pair, that is channel type is SMS. Okay, cool. So here now we need an execution role, so the role will be automatically created. That's fine. I can click on next, and then here if I scroll below, here if this particular rule is satisfied, then the data will be moved to SMS source. As simple as that. Here we will create the rule. Now in the similar fashion, we will create another rule for this particular event bus, which will handle the WhatsApp related data. Okay, so here we'll go to create rule, rule name. So how we have given the rule for SMS router, right? So here we will create this rule as WhatsApp router. Okay, and event bus we are choosing this one only. I will click on next. Okay, sample event no need to choose anything. Creation method we will choose custom pattern, and in the event pattern we will write that here whenever third party vendor will send any WhatsApp related data in real time to write in our client's S3 location, so they should send channel type as WhatsApp as an important key. Okay, based on that, data will be routed to our WhatsApp Firehose, and then it will eventually go to WhatsApp S3 bucket. Okay, so here we have chosen that. Then I can click on next. The target system, again we will choose our second Firehose this time, and here WhatsApp host we have chosen. A new role will be created, that is fine. I can click on next, and then here if I scroll below, here I can create the rule. Okay, so here if you consider our Firehose is ready, Lambda is ready, S3 is ready. I'm not explaining the glue crawler, glue catalog and Athena part because it is very easy. I hope you can easily do that. Already discussed several times in my previous videos this particular concept, right? So here our EventBridge is ready, our rules are ready. I'm not adding any DLQ, but for safer side, you should have a retry policy in EventBridge, and if still the messages are not getting published, then the messages should be going to a DLQ. Okay, how to configure DLQ for EventBridge, that also I have discussed in my previous video. Link will be available in the description box. Okay, now the last step is we need to create an API gateway and set up the integration between API gateway and EventBridge. That's what I have written here also. Create the API gateway and integrate with EventPass. Okay, so here what we will do, we will go to AWS Management Console, and here we will go to API gateway. Okay, and for this demo, as this is just a POC, I will choose HTTP API. I will click on build API name, API Kinesis EventBridge demo YT, some random name I have given. I'll go to next. Method as of now I am not choosing, I will choose later. Stage name default only I am keeping, and here I will create this particular API. Okay, for this particular experiment. Now we can go to routes and here create. The third-party vendors need to post the data. Okay, that is along with request they will share the customer data. So we will choose post method, and here basically the resource path I can keep something like for example demo YT, and then here I can create this particular resource path. Okay, I can click on post request. Now we need to attach the integration. Basically along with API gateway EventBridge, this integration has to be set up, right? So attach integration. So here I can choose create an attach integration target. I can choose EventBridge full integration action, put events in EventBridge. Okay, see here when you are clicking on detail, here automatically it is showing what you have to write. So here I will write like this way: request dot body dot detail. Okay, that we need to write in detail part, that is in our post method. In the body part, detail key will be there, which actually our API gateway will send to EventBridge. Okay, and on top of that our rule logic will be implemented. The detail type, okay, free from string used to decide what fields to expect in the event detail. Okay, so here I can give anything, my detail type or something, not a problem. And the source, it is completely optional. In our case it is third-party vendors who are calling that API, those things you can add, it is optional. Now we need to create an IAM role which will have integration between API gateway and EventBridge. So for that we'll go to AWS Management Console and we'll quickly create an IAM role. Okay, so there I will search for IAM, and then here I can click on roles, create role. Okay, and here I can scroll below. I want to create the role for API gateway. I can choose that one. Okay, and then here I can click on next. The role name demo YT Kinesis 2811, some random name I have given, and then here what we will do, we will create the role. Okay, and now in this particular role we need to attach the EventBridge access. Okay, so we will choose that role, add permission, attach policy, and here we will search EventBridge. Okay, if we just search here Amazon EventBridge full access as of now I am giving, but when you are moving to production, make sure you are fine-tuning the role and give only that much whatever required. Okay, so here we will attach the policy. That is done. Now I will copy this ARN, and here I will go to API gateway, and here I will paste this particular role ARN. Okay, that way the API gateway can publish the events to our EventBridge. But here till now we have not configured to which event bus the event should be published, right? That we will do in advanced setting. So here if you see the event bus name, it is expecting. So what is our event bus name? If you recall, in the beginning we created this particular event bus. So I will copy that one, and then here event bus name I can put this one. Okay, make sure you are not putting any extra space. And our this particular all experiment we are doing in North Virginia, which is basically US East 1, right? So here I will choose the region, and then here I think some more fields has to be added, that's why it is not allowing. Source maybe I can give third party vendor. Okay, and then here we can create this one. Okay, so now in between API gateway and EventBridge, the integration is created. We have already configured rule. We have two Firehose ready. For both the Firehose, the Lambda transformer is ready and the data should be dumped in S3. Now it's time for testing. Okay, if everything goes correct, then we should able to see the data in S3 whenever third party will hit the URL with post method. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to just share this particular invoke URL to our third party. So here I can paste this URL. I will use Postman for calling that, and then here we need to add the resource path also. In our case, the resource path is demo yk, right? So here I will choose that, and then here in body part we can send the raw JSON data. So here JSON data, maybe the third party vendor has consumed the customer information for our client. So here if you see in the detail key there should be a channel type, and channel type is SMS. If it is SMS, that means based on the rule it should go to the SMS Firehose, and from there it should go to the S3 bucket for SMS only. Okay, so let's do that experiment. So here I will copy the first JSON. Okay, and then here I will paste that, and here I will make a send request. Okay, so here see it returned an event ID. That means it is perfectly written in EventBridge. Okay, so here what we will do, we will make another request, but till then let's first see whether the data is flowing from EventBridge and based on rule it is going to Kinesis or not. So this time it should go to SMS host, and from SMS host it should go to SMS consumer. Okay, let's open that. Till now nothing is there. So here if you see in the channel type, here I have kept SMS. Okay, and here if I go to these particular rules here for our event bus SMS router, if you see that here we are expecting channel type, if that is SMS, then what will happen in this particular target? What is the target? That is SMS host. In that particular target the data should be coming, and from that SMS host obviously the data should be coming to SMS consumer S3 bucket. Even you can check whether your Lambda got triggered or not. That is another way to understand whether your pipeline is started or not. You can click on view logs in CloudWatch and you can monitor. So here see just now our Lambda got triggered. Okay, if I just open that, here if you see, if I just make this bigger, our complete JSON, our payload, if you see here that data customer name Sattu, age is 24, whatever we sent that only came to Lambda. Okay, so soon it should be coming to our S3 bucket once the buffers limit is exceeded or once that 60 seconds is over. See, it is coming. Now SMS consumer, I can go to 2022, within that it will be month, within that it will be date, within that it will be hours, and then here I can download this particular JSON data. Okay, so here I can click on showing folder. Here I can open this particular one, edit with Notepad++, and see here the data whatever we sent or our third party vendor has sent using API post method, that same data is coming here. Okay, right? But point to be noted, this particular data, because we are sending the channel type as SMS, so it should come only in SMS consumer S3 bucket, not in WhatsApp consumer S3 bucket. Let me show you that also. So here if I just go to WhatsApp consumer S3 bucket, if I refresh, still see there is no data available. Now let's make couple of more requests and let me show you the pipeline is working. So this time channel type we are choosing as WhatsApp. Okay, so basically the URL endpoint is same. We can share the same URL endpoint to different third-party vendors who are capturing WhatsApp data or who are capturing the SMS data. Both can use the same endpoint, but based on this channel type, the data will be routed to different S3 buckets. Okay, so here we can make one WhatsApp related call, and then here I will make another SMS call. Okay, and then again I will make another SMS call. And then here at the end I will make another WhatsApp call. Okay, so here what we did, we basically made two new WhatsApp call and two new SMS call. Okay, already in SMS consumer S3 bucket we had seen that one particular file is there. Now another file should be created which should have these two SMS related data, and in our WhatsApp consumer S3 bucket there should be one file where this particular data and this data should be available. Okay, so let's see. So if I just refresh this particular page, here till now only one particular folder is there. It is just going to take some time. If I go to WhatsApp consumer bucket, here also it is empty. Just we need to wait a little bit, because either buffer limit or the timeout should happen, then only the Firehose will flush the data in S3, right? So that way you can avoid this small file issue also in our data lake. Like for example, it is not like as soon as one single record is published, we are writing the data in S3. We are allowing Kinesis Firehose to accumulate some data, and then with that accumulated data it is writing in a single file, right? So that is another advantage. So see here, now folder is created. I can go inside that here, and now here WhatsApp related data I can download, and let me show you that it is having same data whatever we sent. Okay, so here edit with Notepad++. So see here, if I just show you these two requests, so one customer name we sent Soham, age is 25, another customer name we sent Rajdeep and age is 23. Let's see in the output. See, customer name Soham, age 25, customer name Rajdeep, age 23. So here the SMS data and WhatsApp data are not getting mixed up. SMS data is flowing to SMS S3 bucket, WhatsApp data is flowing to WhatsApp S3 bucket, and all this happening due to application of these rules, right? That's the power of EventBridge. Now let me refresh this particular SMS bucket and see another file got created just now. Okay, you can see that it is having two different timestamps. This is the latest file. I can download this and show you. It contains the two SMS requests whatever we sent second time. Okay, so let me edit with Notepad++, and if I just show you the two new requests whatever we made are these two. One is basically customer name Ranjit, age 20, another one is customer name Sudesna, age 18. Okay, both are SMS related. So here in this file we are expecting that. See, the channel type SMS, customer name Ranjit, age 20, here in data customer name Sudesna, age 18. Okay, that's how perfectly this particular API, if we share to our third-party vendors or the partners for our client, they can use that particular API and post the customer information, and in real time it will be coming to our S3 data lake which our client is using. Okay, and then on top of that, EMR you can run, or Glue you can use to analyze the data. Lot of data visualizations you can do. Those all possibilities will be open once the data is available in S3 in real time, right? So this is a very popular pattern integrating EventBridge with Kinesis Firehose. I hope you understood this. This is all for this video. If you find this video helpful, then please like, share and comment. Subscribe our channel if you have not subscribed till now. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the notification of our latest videos. Thank you for watching.